Can you just go through on, the key ones that ultimately led to you taking away the victory tonight?
Yeah, 600 is a long race. Starting 40th today, we had a lot of work to do, and we spent the first half the race really just kind of slowly chipping away at it. And in stage one, we got caution came out unfortunately and set us back. We had gained 10 or 12 spots and set us back 5 or 6 of those. So a little bit of a reset halfway through stage one again, but it was really just a slow progression. We started the race a little bit tight. We knew that the balance would come to us as we got better track position, but we're kind of banking on that. So over the course of stage 2, we had a green flag cycle that kind of proved that the car was where it needed to be once we had clean air. So kind of had a baseline to work off of, but like I said, just a slow progression. And putting ourselves in position to start stage 3 in the top 5 was important. And ultimately, that last cycle and Denny being short on fuel allowed us to be a contender.
I mean, this weekend, I think, was a masterclass in never giving up and grinding. And, it wasn't just the one team that built that car last night. I mean, it was people from all corners of the organization that said, I'll drop what I'm doing and drive to the shop and help. And because we've all been working so hard the last month and a half to sort of turn this team around. And, at a time like this when we unloaded and we were so fast and it was like, man, like we're starting to get there. Like we can feel the thing kind of turning around. And that's exactly what I'm talking about. I stood in front of everybody at this organization, the first day that I took ownership of it back at the end of 2021. And I said, we have everything that we need to be successful here. We just got to work together. We got to believe in each other. And we have to fundamentally believe that we can do it, that we can go win big races and contend for championships. And if we support each other and go the extra mile and do whatever it takes, then we can get there. And I think this weekend was a beautiful expression of that. And I am so, I don't want to sound romantic or whatever, but I am just so unbelievably proud of everybody because what they did this weekend was very, very, very difficult. And it was truly a team win, putting a race car together, building a race car last night, bringing it to the racetrack, starting last, making good changes, good pit stops, good strategy. And then to what Jordan and I were talking about after that last pit stop, just putting it on the shoulders of our amazing race car driver, Ross Chastain, to go punch it into victory lane. It's incredible.
Zach Sterniolo, NASCAR.com. Ross, congratulations. First crown jewel victory for yourself and for Trackhouse Racing. That part of that, being here, especially just down the road from the Trackhouse shop, what is the significance of this moment for you and for this Trackhouse team?
I don't know yet. I really don't. It's sinking in that we won the World 600. We won the Coke 600. But what that means for the team and me and everything else, you saw us crash yesterday. You heard me, I think, talk about they were up till 2:30. I left at 10. They stayed there long after I was gone. They were back at 5:30. We built another car. And we put ourselves in, we just slowly worked our way. It took all 600 miles. Like a 400-mile race here, we don't get there. We're not in contention. So it took the whole time, and then I don't know what it means yet. I'm excited to find out, though.
When did you feel like this car, the backup car, was a contender tonight?
Yeah, we were making our way early, and then we pitted, and the caution came out while we were on pit road, so we had to take the wave around. And I was passing cars before that. I was passing cars after that. But then I got to that 9th, and then I got to 3rd. I made a bad choose. I chose second row inside, fell back to 7th or 8th, and I wasn't sure that I would get back up there. But then 77 had his issue. Carson was always ahead of me getting to the front. We started at the back together after he spun out in qualifying. So Carson beat me to the front and had front row, and then I don't know, did his tire fall off? Do we know? The engine blew up? I could see sparks and fire coming out of the left front. It looked like the tire, so that's wild. Because he was in position. I didn't get to race with him all night. He beat me to the front. So, I don't know. When did I know? Not until down the back stretch on the white flag lap.